Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Culture Review. We have a great panel put together for you today. A couple very special guests, some folks and faces that are familiar, and maybe some that are new to you. But I'm pretty excited. Need to get right into it because we have a few stories to cover. We have some things that have gone on our channels that we need to talk about. So let's dive right in. First of all, we'll introduce the person immediately to my left, one of the longest-term members of this panel, AFK Bard. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm excited to hang.
All right, fantastic. We have, of course, immediately next to AFK Bard, our special guest, 24 Fusion Media, somebody who I have been following for a while now, an up-and-coming channel that is going to be, well, it's pretty much set up for explosive growth after a recent video that was kind of knocked down. So I'm going to let Fusion Media tell you all about it. How's it going today, my man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here with everybody. I was, there was a little leak of the Spider-Man 3 trailer that was released on Sunday, and I happened to get a copy of it and put it out there, and it went for about 87,000. It was on its way to 100,000 when it got taken down, and
wow,
yeah, it was very unfortunate, but at the same time, it was very telling of how bad people really wanted to see it. So, and then from there, on Monday they went ahead and, of course, released the, official trailer. But yeah, it was very unfortunate that it was taken down, though.
Yeah, it was a bummer. You were, and it was on the way to 100K, but sometimes we'll do that. We'll try to skate the edge, and maybe we're in the right, maybe we're in the wrong, but the big company always seems to win. So we got to fight back against that, help our friend 24/7 here grow. So if you are not subscribed, please do check out his channel. It's worth it. His show on Friday is worth it. The pre-show, which happens sometime between my show and Friday Night Tights gets going. I mean, he does some cool stuff on his channel. Check it out. He's great. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We will make sure to plug your channel on the way out. Everybody's links for their channels are in the description below, guys. So do check that out. And thanks again for being here. Immediately beneath me is one of my best friends here on the tube. It's Machiny90, or otherwise known as Machiny Draws on his channel. He does some amazing stuff. He just hosted his very last presentation of Rogue Squadron, I think we're calling it. Rogue Entertainment Presents, or whatnot. But he's going to still, be doing a whole lot of entertainment and fun stuff. Machiny, anything else going on? What's going on, my man? Good to see you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Machiny90, artist and illustrator, and we welcome you to the Sunday Culture Review for August 29, 2021. I got something a little special going on after this stream. So check it out. It's gonna be a little special draw stream right now. We're in between Machiny Live seasons now, but I'm still got plenty. As Coach said, I still have plenty of content going on, but we got something a little special going on right after this stream. So definitely check that out. And it has to be deal with these two stickers that I have in my hand right now. Plus, got some art, and we're doing some gaming too. So we're doing a little bit of everything. Sweet. On the stream tomorrow. It's all Street Fighter stuff. So
I love it, man. You're knocking it out with the animals too, man. And I don't think anybody's going to call you a furry, but that looks amazing. And as usual, I want to say thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. Of course, next up on the docket is our friend Vigilante Williamson. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hi, everyone. Vigilante Wednesday here on another episode of the Sunday Culture Review. And I haven't been on in forever, but I saw 24/7 Fusion Media was on and just kind of hopped on. And speaking of shows he does, we do a show on his channel, The Primetime Kings, me, him, and Fat Steven Seagal every Monday. So check that out as well. So it's tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have furries and I don't know if they're furries. They're just women in Street Fighter clothes. So I don't have as much cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but I love your stuff. I love your channel, and I love that you're here today, man. I've been missing you. Been missing hanging out with you. All right, and then we have the Daddy Sphere, or otherwise known as the Mirasphere Origins. How's it going, my man? Good to see you.
Good. How you doing, everyone? Just been busy with the little one. I'm actually thinking of just taking a break from the channel, making anything too new, just because trying to get the book done and working with him, I just can't concentrate on everything. But I will be constantly joining you guys and doing that stuff. I just won't be planning any like live streams on my channel for a little bit until I can come up with the time to do it.
All right. Well, I just want to say thanks for being here. I know it's tough being a dad with like 700 kids or whatnot. Oh, I want to say a special love. George Molo's in the house. What's going on, George?
Hey,
Good to see you, buddy. Got a lot of people joining us. I'll be highlighting the folks that are in the house here in just a minute, but I just saw that. I thought George was here. We've got, of course, a very talented writer, a journalist, a man that doesn't need an introduction. Usually there's a certain part of his anatomy that reaches the room before others. Our friend Drew Taylor, otherwise known as the Supreme Heretic, coming to you from Bounding Into Comics and many other places. Hey, Drew, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. You may or may not have seen me before, folks. I'm just happy to be hanging out with friends today and, be among friends and chat among friends here on the panel. And, it's just me. Not really special. Don't do too much, but.
Well, I disagree. I think you're very special, and I'm glad you could join us today. I know you're going through some personal stuff, and it's always good to be with friends when you're doing that. So I really appreciate you being here, my friend, and hopefully we get a chance to hang out a little bit this weekend while we still have a little of it left. On that note, I've got to bring in the man with the that always brings defense with him. Everywhere he goes, the man with the shell on his back. It's Shellback, TJC. What's up, Shellback?
Wait, who's the Asian guy?
What?
I said, who's the Asian guy? I don't.
You know who Drew is, silly.
Yeah. I'm just coming to you, live from my my perch down by the waterfront, and
beautiful.
Not to be a Debbie Downer or nothing, but if you notice the flagpole behind me, the nation's flag is at half mast for the 12 Marines and the one Navy corpsman that lost their lives across the pond over in a small desert country.
Mm-hmm.
If we could remember those guys for a little while, that'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Other than that, I'm just ready to talk about what we're going to talk about.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here, man, and thanks for making the visit to your perch down there by the waterfront. I'm a bit jealous. That's a picturesque spot to hang. Of course, we also have the man that is somebody I hang out on the regular, a very talented human indeed, and one that I think is criminally undersubbed. Our good friend Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. Hey, Wes, how you doing today?
Man, Wes Moody.
All right. Good talk, Wes.
The CIA finally got him. I knew what happened these days.
They got him.
He might be muted, or maybe I didn't. Maybe
the CIA finally got him.
I don't know about that, but I do want to say hi to Want to say hi to everybody in our chat before we get started off with the bummer part of the day. And I hate to do it because we're going to start with a sad story. It wasn't where we were going to start. Oh, are you back, Wes?
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Wes is here. All right. Well, let's,
Okay.
there we go.
Congrats.
All right.
I don't know what happened. Okay, so what I was saying was it's great to be here with the best chat on YouTube and my amazing friends on the panel. Thank you for having me. I, too, am taking a break from YouTube, but unfortunately it is an involuntary break. I have gotten 2 strikes, so for 2 weeks I cannot live stream on the main channel. So we have a couple of plan Bs for when that happens. Number one, I'm probably going to start a secondary channel just in case.
Yep.
And then number 2, continue to subscribe to me because I may not be banned. So I talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I will vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. Hope to see you there, my friends. Good to be here.
You're not captured, are you? Because it sounds like you come from a
Blink
remote
twice if
location.
you're.
Yeah,
I am a remote location. Yes, I'm engaged in capitalist activity right now.
Oh, he's in the white Bronco
All
running
right.
now.
Yeah. He is. He's definitely in the white Bronco. Yeah, there it is. All right. Wow, that's an old
Helicopter
school
can't
reference.
get you, man.
That's
what
right.
it's serious.
That's right. But I do want to agree. The best chat on YouTube for sure. What's going on, Jamie Castile? We got the memes here. We got
Man, those
Steven
community
is
guideline strikes are weird. Paulie, Latino Slant got one for an old video that's been around where somebody kid spun off like a merry-go-round or whatever the hell those things are called. And so yeah, they're really. I think a lot of times those are trolls. So I just want to add that out.
Well, and also, yeah, I agree with you. And you know, that's kind of goofy because consider this. If anybody see America's Funniest Home Videos ever? I mean, that's like constant human fails. That's like that whole show. You know, we've been laughing at that forever.
I can say that YouTube is really strict when it comes to child abuse type videos, or not really abuse, but even showing kids in like compromising and like scary and hurtful positions. Like it might have actually legitimately been flagged, because I've known channels in the past to get flagged for using videos like copies of or like clips of a video that's also on YouTube, and then the original is still up. So I don't know. I mean, it could have just been random, or possibly someone just flagging it themselves.
Either way,
yeah. I think that's a little too strict because guess what? I mean, we have dumb people tricks all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm not advocating for anybody being injured for real, but I mean, I fell off the swings more than a few times as a kid. So you know what I'm saying? So.
Well, see, Paulie, from what I know, Paulie, it was a video. It was a video of like a little Mexican kid, and I told Paulie, I'm like, see, that's where you messed up. You should have used a video of a little white kid, and then it would have been fine.
Shell, this is not the show for that, man.
Come on now.
I do want to say thank you to Stephen Walton for renewing his membership for this month. We've got Lorena Creole.
Let Wes go.
Yeah. Wes is back. Wes is back. Here he is. But
no, yeah, sorry about that. Apparently, the StreamYard quote improved mobile, and so you know how that goes.
I do.
Yeah. Don't believe that.
I will say this. Thank you to Lorena Creole for the $1.49 super sticker. And I know she doesn't have a lot of time, but I appreciate that she's here. She's awesome. Can't wait to get her back on the panel. I think that's here next week. I think we were talking about that. So, and then we've got, of course, Low Spec Linux Laptop, who streams. You guys should check out his channel and everything that he does, both here and elsewhere. We've got Brightest Day here, Keely Chow. Of course, I mentioned George already because he's awesome. Tina Bojan, the ever lovely, is here. Man, we're having a rough time with police officers and soldiers right now. Punk Trace is putting the propaganda out there. I do not love candy corn. Our friend Orville Nation. What's up, PJ? Lord Thoth, one of the greatest mods you'll ever find. Rogue Disney, a fun person when you're following the theme park stuff. No legs to stand on. How's it going? We've got, of course, many other folks out here. Keck44. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Orville Nation. My goodness, PJ, you didn't have to do that, my man.
PJ.
And I just found myself echoing. That's beautiful. That is not the best kind of YouTube ever. But thank you for the $10 super sticker, the #1 fan jumping up and down pair. I love that. Appreciate you and appreciate everything that you do, PJ. PJ is a huge supporter of a lot of channels. He does great shows. Do check him out. He has a lot of inside tracks and great guests on his shows that he does. And every once in a while, when I have time, I get to hang out with him. He's got an effort going forward for a particular creator, director, producer. I don't know, a jack of all trades that we all like, Mr. Malozzi. I'm not sure how many of you get a chance to hang over there, but do check out Orville Nation. It's a great place to hang. We've got so many others here. I think I've said hi to Zax and, of course, VR, who's suffering the effects of the storm right now, up close and personal. Hope you are safe and your family is safe. VR, hope everything is good. I think I mentioned memes. We've got Karen Prime in the house. What's up, Karen Prime?
Hey, Karen.
Yeah, we've got so many of you out there. If I missed you, it wasn't intentional. Judicon is out there. What's up, Judicon? As I mentioned, Jamie Castile. You guys are the best. Thanks for all your support. We need to move forward and get on to some stories. I think everybody's had their howdy do. And TZ Canadian says, hail to you, my friend. Anyone else in the house? Oh, Darth is here. What's up, Darth Hastard? Good to see you, my man. Just got here. All right, here we go. First of all, we have some sad news, like I said before, and I don't want to bury this lead. I want to get it right out there. We lost Ed Asner. He is a TV icon, an actor that has been in a lot of that kind of stuff. He was in a few films, but primarily a television guy, and eventually migrated his career to being a voice actor. He passed away at the age of 91. Interestingly enough, there was a story a day or two ago about him and his date with Mary Tyler Moore. So you could actually check this out and check that out. It was in one of the trades, but this is kind of a bummer. He's very much an activist, as it says here. That is no joke. Let's go ahead and read through the story, and then you guys can comment, because I know there's a lot of people here who you're gonna find things that this guy was in that you're gonna, oh yeah. So, but Ed Asner, legendary actor, activist, philanthropist, passed away peacefully Sunday morning, surrounded by his family. He was 91. Asner, former president of the Screen Actors Guild, is best known for his role as Lou Grant during the 1970s and early 1980s on both the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the spin-off series Lou Grant, making him one of the few television actors to portray the same character in both comedy and drama. He is the most awarded male performer in Emmy history, with 7 wins, 5 of them for playing Lou Grant. He also received Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award all the way back in 2001. Asner's long list of credits include the movies Elf, one of several movies in which he played Santa Claus, and Pixar's Oscar-winning Up, in which he voiced the lead, Carl Fredricksen. He was most recently seen guest starring on the Emmy-nominated comedy series Cobra Kai, playing Johnny Lawrence's stepfather, Sid. Let's see. Asner started his career a long time ago. We'll move on from there. A string of guest starring roles led to casting him in Lou Grant, which we've talked about. Asner was also a series regular on Thunder Alley, The Bronx Zoo, and Aaron Sorkin's Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. He also delivered acclaimed performances on two hugely popular miniseries, Roots and Rich Man, Poor Man. In addition to Up, Ed Asner's extensive voiceover resume includes providing the voices for Joshua on Joshua and the Battle of Jericho for Hanna-Barbera, J. Jonah Jameson on the Spider-Man series from 94 to 98, Hoggish Greedley on Captain Planet and the Planeteers from 90 to 95, Roland Daggett on Batman, the animated series from 92 to 94, Ed Wonkler on The Boondocks from 2005 to 2014, and Granny Goodness in various DC Comics animated series.
Yep, wow. That was Ed Asner.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Well, something y'all don't know about that, don't y'all? He also voiced.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry, man. Damn.
No, it's good, man. No.
He also he voiced Sergeant Mike Cosgrove in Freakazoid. He was Hudson in both Gargoyle series. He also replayed his Lou Grant character on an episode of Roseanne. General Arrhenius in the Magic School Bus. He has a huge list of voiceover work.
Yeah, I think I
I'm
know
going
him
through
more
it.
for his voiceover work, honestly. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've heard Mary Tyler Moore. I'm sure I saw her as a kid on Nick at Night, but that's not something that jumps to my mind. So I just, but
You
I
know,
mean,
until he showed up on.
Go ahead, Wes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was being heard. Yeah, until he showed up on Cobra Kai, I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead already. There's like a Mandela effect going on here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was great to see him on Cobra Kai. I was like, hey, that's Ed Asner, you know, and I thought it was really cool. You know, I never thought. I mean, they didn't really go into Johnny Lawrence's backstory, but I thought it was, you know, it was cool to see Ed Asner, and he played that role so well.
Yeah, I think he did, and obviously you were rolling with laughter when you heard he was Granny Goodness, right?
Well, you know,
I didn't know about that one.
I always knew about that.
If you saw like the Zack Snyder's Justice League, she was standing right next to Darkseid. So it's just the fact that when you get to see that that's an actual lady, and then know that when it came to the any kind of animated form of her, Ed Asner was playing her role. I was like, I thought that was funny as shit. Plus, I grew up knowing about Granny Goodness and everything else. So just to hear that a guy played her when it could have been a woman with a scruffy voice that could have played her, it just tickled the shit out of me, man. So
it was like he pulled it off. I was like, oh my god, he pulled it off.
Yeah, but it's like that's the thing. It's Granny Goodness. So it's like Ed Asner playing a granny, evil, grandmother type. That all she does is like train people or enslave them. Like she does all kind of shit, and she works the dark side. So it's like just to know that he was playing her rough ass. It's like it just took the fuck out of me, man. That's really what it was. And just me being the comic book guy that I am, just knowing her history and to know that he was playing her, it just my bad, man. So I just thought it was funny as hell.
No, there's no bad. It was great. Your reaction was priceless, man. It was perfect. And that's the thing. I mean, one of the things that shines through about all of us is the things that we're really invested in, and I like that. I like that about us. I mean, and we have a different take, a unique take on something like this, even if it's a terribly sad event like losing Ed Asner. We can all like go, oh yeah, I remember that. Wow, I didn't even realize that was him. That was great, But yeah, it was surprising to me. I'm like, Granny Goodness. I mean, when I was reading it, I was trying not to have my voice crack.
I was gonna say he was the best next to, of course. I completely forgot his name now. He was the best J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, he was really good at J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, at least from the animated perspective.
J.K. Simmons? Is that who
J.K. Simmons. I cannot believe it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
Hey, Stream Break. It took me a second. I'm like, wait a second. Now I forgot. I'm like, wait, no, it's J.K. Simmons.
Well, we got some real articles to get into today. Some stuff that we originally planned to do, and yes, R.I.P. Ed Asner. Real quick, $2 super chat from Brightest Day says, "Look at this sexy panel." I agree. I mean, it's
Brightest Day.
We got this guy right here. Awesome. Yeah, he's got one of the. He's got one of the best voices, I think. 24/7 has one of the best voices on YouTube. So,
thank you. I appreciate
that. I keep falling backwards when it comes to voices now. It's bumming me out. You guys are bumming me out. Anyway, here we go. We got Cowboy Bebop actress Daniela Pineda appearing to deride fans criticizing Netflix live action Faye Valentine. And yeah, I know. But here's the thing, okay? I want to approach this differently because we've all had a reaction to this at some point. And I mean, I've listened very closely to Latino Slant the other night when we were all together over on the MFer. He made some good points. He always does. And I absolutely value it. We've got her saying essentially in a video, which I'll go ahead and drag down to this thing. This is the way that the characters appear here. This is the first look that we got for Cowboy Bebop. And of course, the reaction was always going to be, she doesn't look like Faye. Well, she doesn't look like Faye for a whole lot of reasons, and the costume is just one of them. For me, the fact that Ein is on a leash was actually more worrisome than anything else. But that's just me. So we're gonna look at this. This is the famous video right here. That's the best still frame you could ever possibly imagine for something like this. And I'll read this is the transcript of the video. In the video, Pineda begins, "Hey guys, as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that keep coming up in the comments amongst fans." She then proceeded to sarcastically deride critics of the first look, saying, "First, I wanted to apologize to fans that I did not anatomically match Faye Valentine's character. 6 foot, double D breasts, 2-inch waist. First of all, Faye's 5 foot 6 inches. She does not have double D breasts, and she has much more than a 2-inch waist. First of all, 2-inch waist usually means you're dead. You know, they looked everywhere for that woman. They couldn't find her. It was kind of weird. So they just went with my short butt. I know, right? Anyway, all right. Let's start there. Okay, so she mischaracterized or didn't describe accurately this character that is a primary character figure in this show. I mean, if you've watched the anime, which I would suggest over the live action, we lost Wes again. I don't know who wants to react first, because I mean, let's talk about the costume.
I'll go first.
All right, sounds fair.
My problem isn't really okay. You know what? My problem is the costume, and it's not just that. It's one, the costume that they went for is generic at best. It's very generic. 2, my problem is the reasoning behind it, because if you guys were following it from day one, you would have heard the showrunner say, for the face costume, we want to design it in a way that a real woman would actually wear that. So that was already condescending. Yeah, an actual woman would wear that. So basically saying it's very unrealistic that an actual woman could wear that costume when we've seen numerous cosplays of it. And on top of that, real women can actually move in that costume as well. So that was my instant turn off. I'm like, okay, it's condescending, and it's the same kind of rhetoric in this whole. It's not just like this whole attack on femininity. It's this. You want to push realism. This pushing for realism in what is essentially a sci-fi fantasy series, Space Cowboy. Yeah, Space Cowboy series.
Well, yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, and this is actually a good point that's brought up here by our friend Wookie Lives Matter says she just explained why you shouldn't do live action adaptations. Yeah, actually, I guess that's probably the best take, my friend. I think I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good take.
I think going off of what Makani had to say with the whole cosplay and stuff is like, I think that's the biggest problem is that I think I won't hold it against her, because I'm sure there are a lot of people commenting on her body shape, which, you know, can really get to somebody. You know, I'm not going to condone her response or anything, but as far as costumes go, that's the biggest problem, is that you go to a convention and you see people walking around and posing and doing photos and videos in those costumes, homemade, for like piddly budget. And they're completely fine. They're having a great time. Exactly. And they're like producing fan content that is like 100% like authentic and like true to, you know, what they are, you know, costuming. And so it just bugs me when those kind of comments are made. Like, you know, if she's going to, you know, wants to rant about people complaining about her curves, you know, go for it. But like to say that about the character that you are supposed to be portraying, that you're supposed to be like, you know, instilling that, you know, new like angle into an old franchise that has lots of warm friends, you know, like I think that she's just failing horribly on that, because it's like, you can do it. Just Google images, you know.
It just shows the laziness of the company and the people who are making the costumes, and how they just don't give a crap. And they're like, "Hey, let's make this live action just because," and then they don't give they don't like, "All right, and we're not going to respect anything really because only like one person really looks like the character." And the other one, they race changed. And then the third one, they're just like, I will just throw her in freaking clothes you get from Kmart.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what,
and
George?
They're like, what?
Yeah, George, Darth Haster, many of us agree with what's being said. You know, the cosplayers really do rock these studios when it comes to these costume representations. And one of the biggest holes in her argument, I think, and you guys, I'm looking for your comments on this, was that she couldn't move around in the costume.
So, okay, I have a take on this. I think, well, no, actually, Mary Spirit, were you still talking? Because I don't want to cut anyone off.
No, you're fine.
I just got back here. I don't want to screw anything up.
No, go, man,
go ahead.
So, okay, first, like, okay, I saw the original X-Men when it came out. Those were not comic accurate costumes. I still liked it at the time. It probably doesn't hold up as well, but that's not the point. I enjoyed it.
Right.
I get in. Okay. Fans still want to like things. I know we can be on the more bitter side of things, but I still wanted to like this because Spike does look fairly accurate. I'm like, this could be good. Netflix has made good stuff. They've made terrible stuff. They made good stuff. This may be good. But I can't help but to think her reaction was a bit staged. Listen, I could see even to move around the costume. Okay, maybe there's a practicality purposes. I don't know. Like you said, the cosplayers could do it, but I don't know how it shows up in film. I'm not going to propose, act like I'm a filmmaker to know. But just that she has such a canned, almost rehearsed and portrayed response to fans, and the producer already a year ago said something about, oh, we want a real woman. I think this is all part of the plan, so to speak. There was a balance in between practicality of movement and not comic book, but accuracy, because there are women, just randos in the South, because I live in the South, going into Walmart with less clothes than Faye Valentine does in the comics because it's hot as fuck. So I know there's a way you could have gotten a look very similar to what Faye had in the cartoon or anime. I'm sorry, I don't want to get yelled at. But Faye had in the anime and practicality, but that's not the point. The point is to be theatrical and call us man babies. I think it was a little bit of a setup because, again, the producer already said something about it a year ago. So that's my take. Sorry for rambling.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just think it was her attitude is the biggest problem. That whole sarcastic, like "fuck you" kind of attitude was like, all right, well that's fine. I don't understand Netflix. I really don't, because there's so much. Sometimes they do really good shit, and sometimes they fuck it up hardcore. Like if you guys watched the new Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf, that was freaking great.
That was really good.
I know. I was like, yeah, see, this is like respecting the lore, respecting the characters, really looking cool. He had that the devil, or which one was it with the really gory vampire one they did? It was really good too. Dracula series.
Oh
yeah, Castlevania. They did freaking fantastic with Castlevania. And that's what it reminded me of, was Castlevania. A lot of gory kind of stuff in it. And I was like, how can they do this, but at the same time do He-Man?
Well,
and all this crap.
Here's something amazing. So our friend Zax has sent me some photos of her looking like she doesn't mind wearing skimpy stuff when she
acts. I saw that.
So she's contradicting herself.
I mean, here it looks like those are not being any part of her crevices, which is part of her argument.
She has a pretty good body. I know we all noticed that.
I know it is. Oh no! Yes, I did.
I really want to know.
My man.
She physically is kind of a good face just because she's hot.
24, blow that shit up. That's what I'm saying.
Blow it up, man.
This is what I'm just saying is when she made a whole argument, like the tissue paper crap, I was like, okay, so does the company actually make costumes out of tissue paper? Like,
no.
Come on now. Because if they did, it's actually kind of sad.
It was all, but see, that's the point. It's all hyperbole, right? So I think, like VW was saying, this was anti-marketing because, again, these actresses don't realize this stuff is out here forever, right? That this picture is out there forever. Don't
treat her like an object.
I'm not. I'm saying
don't objectify her. Let me show you my breasts. Don't objectify me.
Shit.
I'm just saying, I cannot objectify her and say, hey, here's an example of something that's, pretty tight, and you don't mind. You don't
just a
mind
fad.
it. Yeah, here she is again. It's just, you don't mind these things being out in public. If you have a social media account as an actor, an actress, or whatever, there's a decent chance that you have an InstaFace, a Bookgram, all these other things, right? And you've shared with the world,
Insta scam and fake book.
Yeah, it's this new weird Hollywood fad where you can't look hot anymore. And then if people were like, "Why can't you look hot?" you attack them for it. And it's like, just be a freaking hot. If you're hot, freaking use it. Like,
well,
come on.
And that's part of the thing in Hollywood, right? That's the norm. I mean, this is the costume. This costume doesn't line up with face presentation in the anime. And I don't care, right? Okay, if this were a non-issue, this would have been a non-issue to me. If she was good at the character, they portrayed the character properly. There's a whole lot of things they could have done. What she did was destroy the show. She did single-handedly. You guys have different thoughts than me. I'd like to hear.
Did you say pretty tight
wear the headband
earlier?
Pretty tight what?
Did you say pretty tight? Say that she looked pretty tight?
Well, no, I said the pants. Those pants were pretty tight.
Couldn't wear the headband. Like all shit. Like just push your hair back, put the freaking headband in. At least do that much. But now I couldn't even do that much. It's like, geez.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, and interesting take you had there, Culture. That was a good take. But it's just a theme that we seem to be happening here. She was very disrespectful to the fans. She's almost like condescendingly and just kind of. This is a job. The attitude that came off, regardless of what she said, was like, "This is a job. I don't care about the character, and quit hassling me. And this is stupid. And I'm just, that's the way it came across."
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, and again, that I think it's part of anti-marketing. I agree almost 1,000% with what VW said. Anybody else have a different take, a different perspective? Because I'm interested.
Well, it kind of sounds like when someone actually brings attention to a problem that they know that it could be a potential problem, but hasn't caused a problem yet. So basically, it basically seemed like she kind of beat everybody to the punch, and with something that could have been an issue, but the fact that she called it out before anybody really put any attention to it makes it seem like she's the one that's starting, like causing the shit first. And that's why I thought it was kind of funny. That's why every time everybody keeps mentioning it, I start laughing, like, because it just seems like just for the simple fact that she called something out that nobody. Of course. You have your few people that you say, hey, look, your body's not as proportionate as X, Y, and Z on the show. But at the same time, it's like she tried to address it before it was actually a real issue. And that fact and the way she was kind of sarcastic about it made it look like, she's the one that was egging it on when nobody was really talking about it to begin with.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. Go ahead. Who is out?
Yeah, three things I want to bring up. Things I want to bring up in regards to what 24 said. As far as body proportions, that's actually a non-issue because, like you said before, we've seen cosplayers, even cosplayers who may not have the exact proportions, can still get the look perfectly. Right. The complaints are on the outfit itself. The complaints are really on the actual accuracy of the outfit. Right. And I think it would have helped. And I think this would have held more water. I think this would have probably been a non-issue and wouldn't be talking about this if the producers or showrunners, whoever was the bright idea to come out and say, we need to change face costume for the quote, have a real woman wearing that. And two, if the actress herself said, we get it, we understand the complaints, but I'm going to try my best to get this character down because you can still be forgiven. It may not be the accurate look, but if you get the mannerisms of Faye Valentine down to a T, then that can be forgiven. And that's a lot of it is just kind of like simple stuff that we ask and such. And as far as the costume goes itself, like I said, it's just too generic. I think if you shouldn't need more creativity. If you're not, if you say that you're not going to try to be as accurate to the original, try to do something that's very close to it. Do like an off variant or something. Be more creative about it.
Well, and I would have forgiven the costume. That's the thing. If you give me the character the way that the character's supposed to be played, and it was just some minor like the costuming stuff, I'm seriously. I mean, I'm not going to get bent out of shape, but I need to acknowledge, first of all, thank you, Orville Nation, for renewing your membership here on the channel. I appreciate that, my friend. We have a lot of great comments in the chat, but I don't want to miss these super chats, so I'm going to scroll through them real quick and just say, I'm sorry, Brightest Day, I can't leave that picture up the entire stream. I'd like to try to highlight the people that are talking, but I'll rotate through some images occasionally just for you, my friend. And you're right, Netflix The Witcher was very good, George. I agree. Yeah, it's good. The second season is going to be disappointing, but the first season was pretty good.
Despite the issues that people had with like the race swap casting and such, it was still solid as ever.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that goes to the point that we were all trying to, or some of us were trying to make, that costuming or the characters specifically representing whatever the character was supposed to be, whatnot. That doesn't matter as much unless it's blatantly done, which it's being done across the board on some stuff. But anyway, real quickly, George Muello for $19.99. Thank you, George. It's very generous. Says, simply return to the days when actors pretended to be people and kept their pimples, politics, and personal opinions and their private lives to themselves. Hail CultureCasino. Hail the panel. Well, hail to you, George. And on that note, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm gonna say something.
I love that. I completely agree.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't think that could be said any better, to be honest with you. That
George, very well said.
George
hey,
is
I had a question about the dog. Was the dog a male dog?
Ein?
No, I'm being serious. Is he a male dog?
I believe.
I think he is. So basically, male dog on a leash. All right.
I see what you're saying.
Right, but and you got to think about this. Even like in The Wizard of Oz, Toto didn't need to be on a leash. Basically, if you have a good dog that's trained, I'm talking about even artistically. Like in the sense of you making a show or a movie, and you have a dog that'll follow whoever the dog's supposed to follow. Why would you need to put him on a leash if the dog is supposed to be there at all times? So, is it a mistake or is it a sign of symbolism when the dog basically was there to begin with and didn't need a leash at all?
Well, I mean, it's a photo. Even you'd think that they'd be able to get the dog to at least sit.
Yeah, it's kind of like it kind of reminds me of the what happened during like season 8 of Game of Thrones, where you had that Starbucks coffee cup in one of the scenes spotted. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah. Now I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead. Shellback hasn't said something. We'll get to you in a second, Mirster.
The actors these days can't seem to take criticism. Valid criticism. It's totally the right of the fans to say she doesn't look like Faye. Her boobs are too small. The costume sucks. Whatever. That is our right as fans to criticize. But the thing is, these actors take these criticisms as personal attacks, and then we get snarky little videos like this.
Right. Well, and here's the thing, and this is where I agree. This is Zach's. I think this is true. Her response was targeted for this reaction from us. I think.
Yeah, I think this was intent.
Yeah, and that's why I fall in this category, thinking this was anti-marketing. This is this thing they're trying to get people to rage out about, get it talked about, because they think Google trending equals people watching when it doesn't.
I think, and that's in culture. That's the sad thing going on nowadays, and I'm seeing this right now, is that they're doing this just to get clicks, just to get us, just to get people talking about it, and it's bait.
Yeah,
and it's not. It's driving. And I said this with like I Am Not Starfire, and I've said this with other stuff. It's you're putting the issue. You're putting a shield have us focus on this specific issue to drive outrage, clicks, and such, but not focus on the actual issue itself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying to scapegoat.
They are trying to scapegoat. And another thing is, I mean, we have to remember what happened with Kevin Smith, who worked for Netflix, incidentally, and the producer literally told him,
they don't give a shit.
Hey, yeah, we don't give it. This is good. This is, outrage. So they definitely view metrics like that. I think this is rehearsed. I think there was a alternative, or like you said. I mean, do you remember when Heath Ledger? I was there. I'm old enough nerd to remember when. Oh my God, the guy from Brokeback Mountain is going to be the Joker. This is going to suck. And then everyone saw that first trailer, and they said, "Oh my God, this is going to be great." So
dude, I liked him long before that too.
Yeah,
he did that the Knights thing. What was that called?
Knight's Tale and The Patriot. The Patriot's a really good movie with Mel Gibson. Check that out. It's really cool, and actually more apt today than it should be.
Yeah,
That's a whole
he also did The Lords of Dogtown.
Lords of Dogtown.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
I got director's cut to that. So yeah.
Well, speaking of which, I haven't heard something from this man in a while. Where are we at with that, Drew?
Oh yeah, man, how you doing?
I look at it basically. It's poor costuming, for sure. Yeah. To me, it screams of the rampant Puritanism that is all too prevalent right now, and that continues to be an issue. Also, I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that they know that they've already ruined largely a huge segment of comic book adaptations. They've ruined a lot of science fiction, and I think this is a progression moving on now to the hot thing, which is anime and manga, and they intend to bastardize and ruin that as well. It's this is a pattern, an ongoing pattern with woke Hollywood, and they're going to continue along these lines. And of course, the marketing is targeted this way as such, and they really enjoy, for whatever reason, conflict, and they enjoy gaslighting fans. Whatever happened to entertaining fans? Now you want to gaslight fans. This is just very sad to see, honestly. And I think John was spot on with the article. I'm glad that he wrote it.
John did a great job. Spencer's been doing a great job. I love it when you guys write. I really appreciate all of you. You guys have no idea. I want to bring up the person I just brought up here on the screen. Maria with T and Telly is an up-and-coming channel. Great person, great voice, just beautifully creative in many ways. Do check out this channel, Maria with T and Telly. Going to be doing some work, or have been doing some early work to work on some stuff for her. But I suggest checking it out. I really do. She's awesome. So of course we've got many other comments out there I want to get into. This could be one of them, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just let the picture speak for itself. How about that? Yeah.
Don't be a bigot. All boobs do matter.
Yeah, and
she definitely doesn't care. Yeah, she definitely.
I don't know that she has
exactly, or it's.
Yeah.
Hey, she might have if this bombs.
Hey, Ord.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm not rage posting about this at all. I'm just saying I'm calling into question A, the costuming decision, and B, her depiction of fans. I mean, she can have the opinions that she has. I mean, that's the beauty of free speech. But it is what it is, right? Let's see. Right. Let's see. A lot of people agreed with George. Actors should be seen, not heard, especially nowadays. Well, and that took away the great mysticism of celebrity. The death of celebrity culture was driven by their very own social media.
That's what I was about to get into earlier.
Yeah. And the thing is, culture I want to bring up is that a lot of times, like, what she said was, missing the mark. But there are times where it's like, you are missing the mark. What you're saying is intentionally misinterpreting it.
Absolutely.
It's not, you're not being like dumb or vague about, you're not being like dumb or clueless. You're intent, you know what the issue is, but you're just spinning it.
Right.
Your intention.
Yeah, well, it's funny when you can sit there and look through her Instagram and see that she's wearing shit like this, and then and then I've seen her in a bunch of other costumes or just different pictures, and she's wearing just as much as she's wearing now. And then all of a sudden, she has a gripe about what the fans are saying when it comes to her Cowboy Bebop look.
Man.
And it's like, come on. And the fact is that when you have cosplayers that are rocking it, and look, every cosplayer doesn't have,
big budget.
Big.
No, it's a lot of it's done by hand.
Big tits or a big booty or whatever. But the fact is that they can get the costume right. And it doesn't have to be like they're wearing tissue paper or whatever the shit, whatever she was saying. Right. And it's like the fact that she could sit there and wear a regular costume that would actually be a little bit more than what she has in the actual picture that we saw. It just shows how much all this is bullshit, man. So it's like basically you're calling out something that even in your regular life, it doesn't make sense because we've seen your Instagram pictures and they don't add up to the fact that you're wearing the costume for this show or this movie or whatever it is, and you basically look like a smuggler from out of Indiana Jones, or like something out of Star Wars. She looks like something like a fake ass Han Solo, like
a bounty hunter,
got
or some shit like that. Yeah, so basically she has this costume, and all of a sudden she's offended by how the people are saying she's really supposed to look like. When we're looking at these trailers of her, and come on, man, this is all it's a load of shit.
She's delaying, like I said earlier. I think she's intentionally, personally pivoting to not having the body type for that instead of not focusing on the actual complaints, which is the accuracy of the outfit.
No, wait. TZ Canadian we both had the same thought at the same time. Put her picture up. Don't put mine. Put her picture back up. We need her picture for evidence purposes, because this is how you know she's really full of shit. No. Where'd she go? No, that works, but bigger.
This is science.
I gotta prove something. This is for scientific purposes. No, show her instead of me. Science. Believe the science people.
We're gonna be homogenizing this one right here.
One of the things she also said was, sorry, they don't have women like that. Sweetie, there are not that the percentage of women with a body as perfect as hers is not that high. God didn't just give out perfect ass body. She clearly works for it too. Like, she's smoking hot. Like, okay.
Oh yeah.
She's not there's not the typical women you see it around here. There's some beautiful women that do not look that perfect. Are you kidding me?
Blinding me with her
we couldn't find anyone with a perfect body like that. They found you. How did they find you?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
You're just smoking, dude.
You can pull it off.
Need big boots. She
you
can
don't even
pull
need
off
this. Exactly. See, you can pull this off. It's not. You can still move in it too. I'm just saying.
Well, again, I mean, and George already brought this up, and I have to pull this down because there's lower on that page there are some questions.
I know. I'm sorry. But I did drive my point across. But
you drove it for sure. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, we exist in this in this space to talk about these kinds of things, and we're gonna viewership's gonna go up and down as we show the scantily clad. Apparently the numbers have been doing this on the stream, but I just it's weird to me, and I don't think it's necessarily that she has envy of this stuff. I mean, my thoughts are this was anti-marketing, but we need to move on because we've been 53 minutes and we got one more subject I want to get to. Last words by anybody. I'll let you
I'll hit up one thing before we go on.
Go, man.
This is the problem with all these new, these things won't become legend shows.
No, they will not.
Just think about Fast Stevens. How Fast Steven had what's her name come on for Babylon 5.
Babylon 5.
Yeah, she came on there. Still looks gorgeous, even though she's like far older.
Barbara from Night of Living Dead.
The respect and the humbleness she had to just meeting all these random people on the internet. There was like 20 or 30 people in the chat, and she was being so nice to everybody. She was so humble. She didn't attack fans. She told how much she loved the show, how much fun she had with the other actors and actresses, and how, you know, like just the crazy little things she did, how much of a nerd she was. And it's like that, you know, why Babylon 5 is such a legend TV show to this day that people are still getting into it now is because the attitude of the actresses and actors and the people who made the show freaking loved it.
Yeah.
And they did fantastic with it. Nowadays, you know, now we got Picard coming out freaking disgracing his own freaking character from, you know, Star Trek. And it's just this weird Hollywood crap that's going on.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm an apologist. I failed my entire career. I was a joke.
For being a privileged white male.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I'm a robot. Fuck.
Well,
it's just.
Yeah, it's
hubris.
It's there you go. But it's disappointing, and let's get back to here so that we can talk about the next story, the next article.
Yeah.
I find this really odd, but also enlightening at the same time, and it might open a lot of people's eyes. I do want to finish up these comments. Patricia Tallman does like turtles, according to memes. So Shellback, you got a chance. Yeah, and Rob Altus says she's really cool. Met her twice.
Yeah, she was really great.
I wish I could have seen that live. I was obviously doing other YouTube-y things. So
I didn't see it live either.
I got to see it on the replay, and it was brilliantly done. I mean, Fat Steven's doing great with his channel. Congratulations to him. Yeah, and you know, and then he blows things up in that Fortnite gamey in the mornings. So you can but anyway,
enjoy culture, you know it.
And real quick, Zach's brought up a point about female wrestlers wrestling scantily clad outfits.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do backflips and powerbomb each other through tables, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Even though there's a few, every now and again, a malfunction happens.
You do, but you have double sticky tape, and you know what? You do. There's actually like lining that sticks to your skin on the ribbing of wherever the things are, you know, not visible.
Needs to be held in place.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're good points.
Yeah, and I agree. There you
culture
go.
is a man of culture.
I am. I agree with Lord Thoth. I agree with Lord Thoth. We're making people laugh, which makes me happy. You know what? MJ Mega Jetty one, Mr. Jeffrey Turner. By the way, my friend, we got this right off the bat today, so thank you for that. And yes, R.I.P. to our friend. Well, not friend, but famous iconic actor Ed Asner. So yeah, it's a real shame. That's rough news this morning. We were talking about all the voiceover roles he did. Yeah, don't forget the entire lingerie football league. Yeah, lingerie.
Or it's called. It went from LFL to Legends League, and now it's called X League.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is what it is. But let's move on. The next story is very important, and it's going to be eye-opening for all of us, I think. So let's fire it out there, and we'll read it. I'll read it anyway. Let's go Power Rangers. Oh wait, where's the
sword? Sorry,
where's the share? Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Yeah, I think Wes. No, somebody dropped out.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Okay, so here we go. Gold House launches. Oh, there. Whoever it was is back. Oh, it was Shelly. Yeah, Gold.
I've seen that. You covered this on Friday.
I did, and I wanted to bring it up because this is something. That's the problem. When I do a solo show, I interact with the chat, but I don't get other people to telling me I'm wrong. I like to be told I'm wrong sometimes, guys. This is weird.
Okay, what is this? I don't know.
I'll read it. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
Gold House launches #Gold Open campaign for Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, this should open your eyes. Okay, Gold House will bring the momentum of its Gold Open campaigns to Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The non-profit collective of Asian and Pacific Islanders will team up with Cape and GoFundMe to launch its #Gold Open events in Los Angeles and New York City to further bolster support for the Simu Liu-led action film. How are they going to do this? I'll keep reading. Let's see. Directed by Destin Daniel, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings follows Liu as the titular hero who must confront the past he thought he left behind when he was drawn into a web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. The film also stars Tony Leung as Wenwu, Aquafina as Shang-Chi's girlfriend Katie.
I'm
Marvel's
offended
Katie.
by her black scent. Marvel's Katie. I'm still offended.
That's his
And
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Marvel's
and Michelle Yao as Yang Non, as well as Fala Chen, Mingye Zhang, and Florian Montagnier, and Ronnie Cheng.
I'm offended by how you are pronouncing their name, Culture.
I think I hit all of them exactly right.
Vigilante made some points since speaking of Black Latinx descent here,
Yeah, he did. He did. Well, let's get to but we're coming up on the real reason for this, guys. The latest Gold Open release is the first theater exclusive for Gold House since the start of the global crisis. Gold House previously launched a premiere access event for Disney's live action Mulan. And they also held gold openings for Parasite and Crazy Rich Asians, The Farewell, and Just Mercy. Now, what gold opens do, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I think there's a pattern here.
Yes, there is. The Shang-Chi Gold Open seeks to spark collective magical word, movie going that to deliver a successful opening weekend, engage as many fans as possible, and more upon the film's premiere on September 3rd.
Wow.
Okay. So they have set up for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Gold, the Ten Rings, Gold Community Fund on GoFundMe. So now they are the crowdfunding pace seeks to keep fans updated about the film's major theater buyout campaigns. Now, this is what a Gold Open is. They buy out the theaters, right? And they give the tickets away. Now they do it to community members.
To this thing?
You can.
Yes, through a GoFundMe.
Yes.
Yeah,
the equivalent of putting the entire movie out as a commercial before a YouTube video and having just 1 second of it count as seeing the movie. It's like they're getting these theaters sold out and saying, "Well, hey, look, all of the seats are filled."
Appreciate that.
It's so basically it has like a crowdfunding
They're trying to make sure it doesn't bomb
to its opening. To where basically they're having like private screenings of Shang-Chi, and it's all crowdfunded. So basically, it's on us.
It's very similar to what they were doing with Captain Marvel.
And
they were holding screenings only for little girls, and I think they were crowdfunding it, or they were setting it up to GoFundMe or something like that for those kind of screenings. Yeah, it's just like what they did with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they just want to make sure they don't bomb. Because because
it's like the Asian Pacific. It's this organization that basically they crowdfunding private screenings of the movie. But the thing is like all this tallies into what it tallies into Disney Marvel's bottom line.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I have the hottest take that I actually am still interested in this movie.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I think
that's it.
Cheap Jacket.
That's the take.
That's the hot take.
The take is the fact that I'm still interested in the movie.
Okay.
But
I'll go see the movie. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know any. Well, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, AFK. You said you don't know anything about it, and but you're still interested in seeing it.
I'm more curious. Basically, it's it's more of I think a lot of people are angry at the way they're advertising it and have been since the beginning. And I'm kind of curious to see what it actually is on the other end of all of it, because it feels like they're trying so hard. It's like their advertising team is the one that's trying so hard to make this sound amazing that I feel like there is a chance that the movie itself can stand by itself, but they're choosing all of these like one line that they managed to shove in about the Avengers in the movie, so they'll put that in the trailer or something. So I'm actually really curious because I feel like it can be good. I mean, I think overall I've enjoyed a lot of the movies, and I don't know, so I'm kind of there with Makini. I'm curious. I want to go see it.
Yeah,
Marvel hasn't been good since Infinity
Actually,
War.
that was Vigilante. No, not me.
Oh, sorry. Well, you know what? I like you, Vigilante, and I still like you, Mark.
We all sound alike.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
It was wide open. I had
All
to
your
take
little
the shot.
icons look the same.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I guess.
Dare
It
you.
is.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Shang-Chi might be decent. I think it might be a decent. The kung fu in it and the karate. I'm like, you know what? We haven't really seen that in a Western setting in a while. With the Marvel thing, Marvel movies have always been generic and sort of enjoyable at
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
They really jacked up. What's a hero? Golden Fist or
I thought
Iron
Captain
Fist,
Marvel
right?
had some kind of martial arts in there.
It did.
No, Captain Marvel. I'm not gonna
Was she
watch
was still
Captain
in the
Marvel.
Was she was still in that guy's bike? I mean, was that count? I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean there was a couple of cool little scenes in the trailer. I feel you know what it is? I feel like this movie is getting too hard of a time. I think part of it's been kind of a slow news time, and the actor said a bunch of stupid stuff. So much so that it got people
like,
taking
I'm the first greatest Asian hero ever. And it's like,
and the thing is,
what?
the thing is, AFK. You actually bring up a great point. Is that the marketing is trying so hard to push this film that they're not letting the film stand on its own 2 feet, because we'll be what have we always said? When it comes to theaters, when it comes to stay at theaters now, we're totally open to new IPs, to something that is brand new, that isn't recycled.
Right. In fact, right now, that's not what you're getting. You're getting nothing that's original. And here's an interesting take from Cavatanio Cavalryman Che. As an Asian and Pacific Islander, since a young age, I do not approve of this dishonorable practice to prop up this Marvel depiction of Shang-Chi. Well, there you are.
I can say something too. As an Asian person, this movie shouldn't exist, in my opinion, because it's flat out, it's bandwagoning the quote hashtag stop Asian hate. It's so, like, seriously, it is a virtue signal from a mile away. It's the same reason why Asian people didn't care about the Snake Eyes movie. Matter of fact, we thought it sucked. Okay, but that's the thing. I'm so sick.
Put Jackie Chan in, I would have watched it then.
I'm so sick of the virtue signaling and using racial groups as like, look at us. We're so inclusive. Exactly. Get out with that. Make something organically good and I'll see it.
Well, and that's the thing, is there was a lot of opportunity here, because the comics, in my opinion, this is going back a ways, the relevant comics were pretty good. But Robert Hammer says crowdfunding a triumph. Yeah, doesn't sound like much of a triumph. I like you said, I want to get to some of this stuff. Cavatanio Chase says, I feel disrespected. Some people do. Kung Fu Hustle was awesome. You're right, Wookiee Lives Matter. Awesome one says, I'm an Islander too. And I always say, wash your hands. Absolutely. Exactly. Master of the TDS. Good to see you, my friend. And thank you for promoting the stream. And hail to your lovely better half. I see that she also promoted the stream as well. Thank you very much. Shang-Chi is Marvel's Bruce Lee. The movie is not Bruce Lee. I agree with that statement as well. And wow, Runner showed up. Hey, what's up?
The whole comic was carried around Bruce Lee.
Well, okay, so one thing I do want to bring up, and I think is what Vigilante was saying. I forgot who brought this up, but the thing is that we have different, for as formulaic as the MCU films are, we have seen them try different things. For example, one thing I always bring up is Captain America: Winter Soldier, my favorite MCU film, the best MCU film, which they injected political espionage, turning it into basically a Jason Bourne style film into an MCU universe. Spider-Man: Homecoming, interjecting who's the person behind 16 Candles and those 80s films.
God damn it. Hughes? Is that
what? No,
is it John Hughes?
God, I
Is
hate
it?
this Marvel Spider-Man now.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. What was that? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the Marvel Spider-Man.
Well,
so
John
far.
Hughes and such, and I said this,
Spider-Man.
and I said this yesterday on Dump last night, was that I think Shang-Chi, and I think to an extent Iron Fist, these two films, I think this would hold a lot more water if they did more of the MCU's version of a Shaw Brothers film.
Mhm.
The MCU equivalent of a Shaw Brothers film.
I want to know why they threw in the Hulk bad guy and they don't even have a real good Hulk movie.
Oh, Abomination.
Yeah, they're like, here's Abomination. That cool. I'm like, I'd rather see him in a Hulk movie. Can we actually have a real Marvel Hulk
Planet
movie?
Hulk.
Because come on, they already ruined freaking Hulk so much in the freaking
Well, there's a bit more.
Professor Hulk.
There's a bit more to this.
Smart Hulk. That was a crap.
Yeah, John Hughes. Thank you, guys.
Oh, it's John Hughes. Look at me guessing and getting it right. Yeah.
There's a bit more to this, and I'm going to throw it on the screen. These are the releases that they're pushing for golden opens on their own site, right? So you have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is September 3rd.
Eternals.
You have Blue Bayou. You have Blue Bayou towards the middle of the month. You have Eternals November 5, and then Turning Red, the Panda movie, on March 11th.
I can tell you right now, no amount of marketing will push the Eternals. No amount of marketing you can try.
They don't even care anymore.
You know what's excellent about the Eternals and Shang-Chi? Both these movies were made for China, and China said, "Get the fuck out of here." When you can't even pander right. You can't. You had
it's like,
one job.
It's like Mulan. It's like you can't.
They saw Mulan and said, "You're not going to get us any more with this shit." Nah.
Then Disney made the fatal mistake of, we like to think the specific area where the, what has happened.
Yeah.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
I think if we
don't
can
give them any ideas, Wookiees.
I think Smurfs in the MCU would work.
No, let's not.
Better than what we got now.
It's going to be in Quantum Mania.
Okay, so Jeffrey Turner says, Mega Jenny 1, MJ1 Media. I mean, the guy that is pretty awesome. I love the Blockbuster logo.
Love you, MJ1.
Hulk can't be made due to Universal still having claims, and even so, I don't want a Hulk versus Wolverine film, and neither do I. Not right now. Not with the current.
I'd want. He said he would.
and not with Mark Ruffalo.
Not with those people. But why don't they make a deal like they did with Sony? What are they doing?
Well, the rights.
Universal.
Just go to Universal and let's make a deal.
It's going to be hard to do. They look. They're trying. Each of them are trying to fight for rights that the others control. So there was supposed to be like a kind of a like you trade us this, we'll trade these back to you, and then we can peacefully separate. The problem is that Universal theme park in Orlando recently just rebuilt or added to their Hulk coaster and kind of like refreshed it and everything else. So and they want to keep that. Plus they have a bunch of the Marvel characters there on site that are licensed because they were part of the deal before Disney acquired Marvel.
Just imagine if Hulk was a part of the Universal Monsterverse.
Yeah, and this is Rugo is 100% right. Thor Ragnarok is the closest thing to Planet Hulk you're going to get, and that's why it looks like Planet Hulk, I believe. Yeah, X-Men versus Smurfs. I approve of this. Small Time says, I'm not sure how much of an audience there is for Mark Ruffalo. Not very many.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. Avatar. That would be awesome. Let's see. Avatar would be great in the MCU. Well, actually, Disney has a partnership currently, obviously, with Lightstorm Entertainment, which is James Cameron, which they're essentially.
Culture. I thought you meant Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was like, wait, what?
No. Lightstorm Entertainment controls the tall blue people. The rah planet Earth stuff.
By the way, that Avatar Netflix show is going to be the next topic of outrage. Believe me, it's going to be bad. I'm just saying it right now.
It's bad because the creators left a while ago. And they made their statement, whatever comes out is not our vision.
Exactly.
Wes.
Well, hey guys, Unfortunately, I've got to go. My phone's overheating, and I'm getting close to having to engage in more capitalist activity. But thanks for having me on. As you can see here, our state is on fire again.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's by the way, just an aside, masks, they don't work with smoke. So just think about that for a second.
Yeah, consult your doctor.
Consult your doctor. Consult your doctor.
Consult your doctor.
Yes, consult your doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a beautiful day here in Northern California. Look at that. I just want to go for a run.
Well, do me a favor, Wes. Have an amazing day and practice that capitalism, my friend. Make America.
What's happening to me? Bye.
Again. See you later.
Bye, Wes.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Him saying I'm engaging in capitalist activity is almost like that one Arkansas ad where the guy was talking about. Never mind. I don't know if everyone got it, but it's an Arkansas ad about a very specific thing that is also a personal choice, and I'm not a doctor because I'm a doctor. But there's an ad about Arkansas, a guy who hustles in the streets, and that's what the idea I'm getting from Wes. I hope it's
just saying consult your doctor.
Consult your doctor for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that note, anything else anybody wants to say about the Gold Open that they've done on many films before, and now it's being made public or a broader, being presented in a broader way publicly that this is happening? Anybody have some final thoughts on that before we wind down?
I appreciate honesty. That's it.
Yeah, I appreciate honesty, and I still, like, as of last night, Culture, I still stand 35 to at least 50 million.
Ooh, projections on the opening weekend domestically.
Yeah, 35 to 50 million. If it falls short of 30 million, that's going to be a disaster for Disney.
I hope it is.
And expect a second week box office drop, even a bigger one than Black Widow.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyone else? Raise your hands. Anybody have some thoughts on either of those things, including the box office for the opening weekend for Shang-Chi?
I agree. And
they don't have any hope for Marvel's future at all. I have no hope for it. I think it's all gonna be good.
I'll be the one who's excited to see it. Well, not excited, but not excited to see it.
It's going to be blown away by Spider-Man. It really is.
I don't even care about the Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man. I'm the weirdo. I love it. I won't take it. I
love Spider-Man, but they haven't done Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire.
Well, he's coming back in this one, so that's good.
I know, and Tom's going to be pissed because Toby's going to show up and nobody's going to care about him anymore. They'll be like, all right, Toby, he's back.
How dare you,
Tom, get the fuck out of the way. You're not Spider-Man, you're Iron Kid. Just accept it. You're not Spider-Man, you're Iron Kid.
Iron Robin.
Just get out of the way. Because everything makes Spider-Man is not in Tom's Spider-Man whatsoever. There's no Uncle Ben.
I disagree. I disagree entirely, sir. But that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I know.
I hate
Tom
Spider-Man. I liked him at one time. That was Infinity or Civil War when he showed up and he grabbed the hand of that one dude and was like, "Oh, hey, that was Spider-Man" for like a second, and then he was like Iron Kid.
Well, yeah, and we are gonna have to start shuffling people because our friend here has to go into his draw stream.
Yes, sir.
So,
all right,
you got the floor, my man.
Floor is yours, my friend. Thank you guys, everybody, for stopping by. Today, here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a special Sunday draw stream. I may bring my usual co-host Mads Monbear, M. Dashley, Bruce on, but. What's going to happen today is we're going to finish up this Ibuki Marine as Ibuki piece. Then we're going to play some Street Fighter V story mode with mods. So get ready for that. Ooh. On top of that, I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway for these two stickers right here. I will be announcing the winner for that. And then last but not least, I have a very special announcement concerning where you can actually get these two stickers right here if you didn't win them. So, yeah, get prepared for that. I will see you guys over there. Somebody will probably put the link to the stream in the chat. If not, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, you can. And mods, if you can jump on that too, that'd be fantastic.
But anyway, guys, looking forward to seeing you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So,
thanks,
if you guys looking for something to do this Sunday afternoon, hang out with us. We're going to have a lot of fun there. All right. Love you guys.
Guys,
love you, man.
Peace.
Yeah, and real quick, since she's already up there, AFK Bard, please go ahead.
Oh, hi. Am I supposed to be pitching myself or something?
Yeah, do that because you it just automatically defaulted to you. So I'm like, you know what, AFK's up there. AFK can pitch
Oh,
away.
well, just make sure you check out everybody here and all the people who come to watch Culture stream are super awesome people. So, if you recognize their names or don't recognize their names, you should still go check them out too. And
Absolutely.
thanks for coming to check out Culture stuff because it's a blast being here, and everybody who comes to hang out are equally awesome.
AFK, you're supposed to promote yourself, though, but thank you. AFK is awesome. AFK undervalues everything that AFK puts together, so please go check out AFK Bard's channel. AFK has been on YouTube for 1,000,000 years. 1,000,000 years.
I feel like a grandparent. Well, yeah. I even lost my old channel over 10 years ago to a copyright strike back when they didn't have anything set up for that. Fun times.
Yeah, they were very, very mean, very mean. So AFK could use your support. Maybe AFK will start reading to us again and putting us to sleep.
Maybe.
That well. Yeah. Well, sometimes putting yourself to sleep too. But look, guys, we had a very special guest today. I want to re-promote this incredible voice in our community who has an incredible voice at the same time. Our friend 24/7 Fusion Media, an up-and-coming creator, a channel on the verge of going just gangbusters. So go ahead and promote yourself, my friend, and everything you do in the week.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. And I know tomorrow, right around 6:30 Central, it'll be me, Vigilante Williamson, and Fast Steven Seagal doing the Primetime Kings, talking about all things pop culture that's been transpiring, for the last week. Things that basically a lot of the channels don't get around to. So that's what we like to cover, is just a lot of different things that a lot of the folks don't cover in pop culture. Other than that, I have my Thursday show that I start up around 4:30, and that normally runs for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then on Friday, I have the pre-show show, which is actually the show that I do before Friday Night Tights. That way, for anybody that's sitting there waiting for Friday Night Tights, you can check out my show and basically come kick it with me until Friday Night Tights start. And that's what I do on Fridays. For the rest of the week, I do videos. I do all kind of things, whether it's on my channel or whether I'm on somebody else's channel. I just show up and basically lend my support, lend my voice, and just want to say thank you for everybody that has supported me, been there for me, and shown me the love that you shown me. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you being humble enough to have me here. So thank you, CultureCasino, and I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Oh man, no problem. You're welcome back anytime. I love having the up and coming channels. You can ask anybody who's ever been on this panel. It's one of my favorite things to do. I want to support the heck out of you. And of course, that being said, here's a guy that I think is also undersubbed, my buddy Vigilante Williamson, who has a great voice and also a great outro.
Oh yeah.
All right, hey. Well, I have not. I mean, Primetime Kings is one of the big shows I do. I really only do like 2 shows a week. Well, I do more than that. I do the Primetime Kings. This is on 24/7's channel. Please check it out. And then on Wednesdays, in the Alternates channel, this week is on Matt from Fireball Productions. Last week it was on my channel with the Culture Crime Fighters, and I do that Wednesday. 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, and whatever o'clock if you're in a different place in the world. So I do those, and I'm Thursday around 9 and Saturday like midnight. I stream. I do just solo random streams because I'm kind of, people mentioned taking a break from YouTube. I'm kind of like taking a like I'm not I'm not really up and coming because I'm not concerned about growth. I'm just concerned about just kind of having fun and just talking about whatever the hell I want to. So if that interests you, I know it's a lot of new faces, and it's the place has been changed since I've last been on the show. So I appreciate being on the show, just allowing me to just pop up. I do appreciate that. But yeah, if anything I said sounds interesting, please give me a sub. And thank you for having me again. Thank you.
You're again always welcome. That's why you've never left the chat, my man. And then of course we have one of my best friends on YouTube and a guy who he could use your support and a little bit of love, so you can throw it at him at any time. Our buddy Supreme Heretic, otherwise known as Drew Taylor, a writer for Bounding Into Comics and just a genuinely nice human being.
I just want to say, both my mom and I do appreciate the support from the community. Thank you so much for the prayers, for everything. Everyone out there, you guys are amazing people. And from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate you. And if you care to sub to my channel, it's youtube.com/Supreme Heretic. And of course, Thursdays you can catch Pegasus Actual. And, hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. Take care.
All right, thanks so much, my friend. And again, we have
You're the man.
Yeah, he is, and of course we have a writer creator of a kind of an interesting novel project. It's our buddy the Mirror Sphere. What's going on, my friend?
Hell, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to always be here with you guys. I missed last week and I missed a couple times, but I love being here. I love talking to you guys. I want to do more stuff. I just never have the time. And I just never have time to record anything really, but I just want to shout out real quick. Got this in the mail the other day. Freaking support our local creators.
That's right.
Bonds. It's freaking fantastic. I'll show up a couple of pieces of the stuff that came with it. Some of the artwork that they came with it. It's freaking amazing.
Mine's on the way.
Great job.
Mine's on the way.
Great job. The story is really good. I only got a couple chapters in so far, but it is so good. And it is really, it's all black and white, and it's really interesting looking. And I was just like, man, I love yeah, she did a great job.
She's crazy talented, man. I cannot wait for this book.
Yeah.
And of course,
to get mine done.
Yeah, and
it's not gonna be like this.
Yeah, as a veteran, I just want to say thanks for your service. And speaking of veterans, the last person on the panel that we'll acknowledge today is Shellback TJC, my buddy, my friend, and a veteran, someone that we owe a great deal of thanks to for his service and apparently many other things. Thanks for joining us today, Shellback. Anything you want to promote, talk about?
Well, if you can hear me over the crappy Wi-Fi signal.
You sound fine, man. You sound fine.
It's put a burden on my phone. I'm like running on fumes here. But anywho, yeah, I've been what you call an up and coming for almost 3 years now.
It's all right, man.
And so if you have nothing else better to do, you can check out Shellback TJC on YouTube, and I have a Twitter as well. Yeah, I as soon as I charge my phone back up, I'm probably gonna check out Makani's stream. Even though I am also not a furry.
Well, there's like a sliding scale for that, so I think you're safe.
And just to end it out, I got an idea, and then I'll be done. Hear me out here.
Okay.
Granny Goodness, voiced by Mr. 24/7 Fusion Media.
Wow. I like this idea. We had a great time today. I want to say thank you to those of you who've joined us out there in the world, those of us who are watching us on the replay, to all of you who have gone ahead and clicked on these links in a separate window and subscribed to all these great channels like 24/7 Fusion Media, Supreme Heretic, Vigilante Williamson, The Mirror Sphere's Origin, AFK Bard, Shellback TJC, author Stephen Walton, and pretty much everybody else that's on this panel regularly, including our friend Mad Mark. Mardigan over at Mad Barber Productions, and it just, guys, the more independent creators we get on this platform, the more people we support, the more people that can share their voice with the world, the better off we're all going to be. With that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It really is.
Wash your ass.
And until next time, bye.
Peace.
Wash your ass.
Go check out Makini's stream right now.